Well, it's Niana. We're all here today. We got a lot to talk about. Close this. So I don't hear that noise. So let me start off with, okay, remember I said I'm going to keep it simplified. Um, let me see. Okay, so today is June the 3rd, 2024. And this is the White Overtone World Bridger. I empower in order to equalize commanding opportunities. I seal the store of death with the overtone of radiance. I am guided by the power of timelessness. Okay, so we have those planets that are aligned, and some of them have been in alignment for a couple, for about a week, or some of the way they're reading it, talking about the alignment. So I'm like, okay. Hold on. I'm getting my light. Okay. So first thing first, I already called in Archangel Michael for this. I'm also going to call in Archangel Raphael and Uriel and Divine Mother Sophia um, and Divine Source Creator of the Utmost High for this work today. And I'm going to set the space with the energy of intention of anything that is of lower vibration, whomever you may be, lower vibration, hatefulness, 3-letter agents sitting in a room creating division, starting trouble, or just downright plain soulless beings of negativity. Your energy is not welcome here. Keep your entities to yourself since you contracted with them, and go have fun with them. Or go find a platform that suits your needs on that level. The Be So Light tribe is all about claiming their light and staying true to it. And we represent that very well here. And if you got a problem with that, this is not your channel to come to. Unless you're ready to level up, then we can help you with that. So keep your entities to yourself. And know that you are not welcome in this space. We do not consent to your energy at all. Period. Okay? So, with that being said, let's jump into it. Because I am not here to play no games and have some mindless person coming on here wanting attention. Because basically what it is, they want a feed. Let's just get that straight. They're looking for a feed. Okay, they're looking for an energy feed and they got to have it. But I tell you what, if you went down the rabbit hole that I went down, I've been going through the movie Mirrors with Keith Sutherland, Mr. 24. That movie is on Tubi. And I remember when it first came out, I was like, "Ooh, I want to see that movie," you know. But now when you go back and you watch it from a higher place of the self, it is like, it leaves you with questions. It leaves you with, what the hell is going on? It leaves you with that. And I am just one of those people who finds it really interesting of how everything's been panning itself out. So let's look at something. This is going to be really deep. And please, if there's any children around or what, you might want to make sure you're listening in earbud. Um, if there's anybody sensitive to talking about energies or whatever, you might not want to be in a room with them as you're doing this work. Because this is all about clearing some extra stuff that it's kind of like this. If you don't know about it, it's in the background doing its thing. So a lot of people who don't know about it don't realize it. So the movie Mirrors, I have to go back and watch it again today because there was so much information in it when you're watching it. So it's about mirrors and how entities or souls move through mirrors. Now, everybody knows that. Now, let's talk about the astral mirror. Because in the movie, they did an excellent job. It takes you a moment when it gets towards the end to figure out if you made it or not. Okay? So when we're talking about astral mirrors, we're talking about a projection portal wormhole that can move through water surfaces, can move through your mirrors, windows, and any kind of doorknob glossiness where you can see the self in it. Okay? Any image that gives a reflection of the self, that is the mirror. Okay? Now, the astral mirror is, we're going to say it's the astral mirror of delusion, and it's tied into your third and fourth and fifth and sixth timeline self. Okay? And in those astral delusional mirrors is where the artificial dark energies like to play. Okay? This is really important because most star seeds and indigo being seed people, healers, light holders are targeted for this. Okay? And you're also targeted for, I'm trying to make sure I keep up with my notes, for your different alien implants, a crucifixion implant, a SPE, how do I put this? A sexual mind control implant. And you know what it's all about? It's all about to keep you from reaching your higher level of yourself, to waking up to that. Now keep in mind, all of this energy has been running for 5,000 to 500 years. Just let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. So, in the astral mirror, you have that, they have that access to you. Give you false images of the self. Okay, so most mirrors in your home are not true mirrors. They're mirrors, when you look at them, they are almost like they can make you look fatter than what you are, kind of give you a distortional look. They're not those really, back in the day, the mirrors that really gave the true image of you and how you could really see it had a backing that was done up in silver and black on the back of the mirror. And I think there might have been, don't quote me on this, I think, if I remember correctly, some of the mirrors were done with a nickel coating in the back, covered with black, so it would give a good, true mirror image when you looked into it. A lot of that has been done away with, and you would find a lot of that in your old compacts. Now, here's the thing. This ties into something that Fleur Verne has said last year about compact mirrors. And she says if you can get yourself one of those old compact mirrors that you find at a thrift store, a Goodwill, where they used to back in the day have their compacts and it was really old, those mirrors are made correctly. And those mirrors are the ones, if you flip them and you scan through, you might see things standing next to you that's not good. Okay? It gives a true image of the self. So there is another movie that I had watched. Oh, it's called The Hole in the Ground. The Hole in the Ground is on Max. The Hole in the Ground. And there was a lot of strange happenings going on in this little town with people and children. They would come back acting kind of weird. I have you heard it. Thank you, darling. They would come back weird. And the mother kept saying something's wrong with her son. And she couldn't figure it out. She says, that's not my son. That's not my son. That's something's mimicking my son. He went out into the woods, the forest, and he came back different. But the one thing that this older man had told her, and he says, the mirror never lies. It will give you a true image of what that person really looks like. Now, when we talk about mirrors, we can go all the way through. This is how far I was going down with this movie Mirrors, and I was like, okay, yeah, we know about how mirrors are like portals. We know blah, 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 blah. But this is on a different level when you kind of go in there and really pay attention to it. So I really need you to pay attention to how I'm saying certain things. Okay, so because I really want this video to be shared and get the thumbs up on it, because as I was doing my research and came across certain info, I had to walk the fuck away. I was like, it just keeps going. It just keeps, it's like, how much stuff have they done to us? Because this is why, when you're trying to get ahead and you're trying to do something, it's Dungeons and Dragons. You're playing this game. It's like, okay, I take 10 steps forward. Oh, but no, this energy that's falsified, that's all around in this matrix, pushes me back about 5 steps. Oh, but I'm going to go ahead and go again. You know, it's just constant fight against the light and the dark. The fight, the fight, the fight. And this is where I got so, I had to grab my sword of light and say, let's rock and roll. Let's get ready to rumble. I'm done. But I had to show up here and be present. So, but as I'm reading it, hi darling, I'm looking at all the definitions that goes along with the astral mirror. Okay, so water is a mirror, the windows, the mirrors, the doorknobs, all of this was in the movie. They were showing how everything can be a portal link. And in the movie, this is the trip. You've got to watch this movie. Anyone coming on to this, doing this work today, you have to go watch the movie Mirrors on Tubi. That's your homework assignment. So you got Somewhere in Time, Winter's Tale. Now you got to step up and really look at something that's going to mind group you here. Mirrors. Okay? So in the movie, the husband, who's, I think he's like a retired police officer or something, he's trying to tell his wife that he's separated from, hey, be careful, I got hung up into something, and it's following, it's coming through the mirror, da 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 da. So she thinks she's just crazy. You know, she ain't paying attention. Until she hears her son in the bedroom talking to somebody. And she's like, who's he talking to? She opens up the door, and he has this big sliding door. And how many people have sliding mirror door for your closets? Okay, that glass that slides. Yeah, when I do feng shui and I go into people's place and I look at mirrors, don't have certain mirrors in your room facing your bed, because that's a portal. And if you got closet doors that have those mirrors on it, a lot of those homes that have those nice big pretty mirror closet door things, those are portals, okay? You need to cover that up. Close that portal down. Because if it's facing your bed, you're not getting no rest. Something can come in, talk to you, and you go in it. So, anyway, back to the movie. So she asks her son, who are you talking to? Son says, oh, no one. She said, well, okay, let's get ready for school. Her son physically gets up, walks past her, and then she catches the fact that the image of her son is still sitting in the mirror, looking at her. And she's like, what the hell is this? My son just physically walked past me, but there's an image of him sitting, looking at me. So she walks up and it's just sitting there looking at her. And then it moves and she's like, oh my God. So she runs out of the room. She closes the door. She gets back on the phone with her husband and said, you got to get over here right away. There's some kind of crazy stuff going on. Da 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 da. Okay. Now keep in mind that what she saw was a negative energy mimicking an image of her son sitting in a different dimension. All right? A lot of times when people move into apartments, move into homes, older homes, and they got those mirrors, hi lovely, and you got mirrors, and I want you to really think about this. The older the home or the older the property, and you got a mirror in that house that has seen a lot of history. And there's a lot of movies that depict this, how these mirrors are recording images. I cannot tell you how many times I went into certain houses and places and businesses and clearing things that you can see, moving through mirrors. And families were having issues. Didn't know what the hell was going on. They were wondering why they're having so many issues in their home and stuff. And a lot of times, it can be as simple as a mirror that's really old sitting in your home and watching you. And that's what this movie really talked about. But here's the twist. The building that he was watching or guarding or kind of watching, night watching, was an old like clothing store, but it had a history. It burned up in a fire, but there was an old history. It used to be a psych ward. And then what they did is they just kind of cosmetically covered up a lot of it and turned it into a big dress place or whatever, clothing department store. This is why when mirrors are in certain places and they try to cover it up, depending on what that mirror has already recorded, if that mirror has become an active portal, it will continuously bring certain energy beings into that space because they're using it. And they just keep moving. Now, the way this thing was kind of linked to him is because they were using mirrors to track the energy and was able to link up into his family. So here he is, he's covering all the mirrors in the house and painting over mirrors and stuff, trying to get that covered so they don't have entry. But these things are smart. They use water. They broke a pipe. So there's water that they can use. So the reason why I thought it was kind of odd that Spirit had me watching that movie, and then when I woke up this morning, I had nothing on my mind more than about mirror images, astral, delusion, mirror images. How do they play out with us? What's the tie-in with that? So when we talk about false light energy, that's that word, everything, we've got to make sure you stay out of false. There is a reason, because it was all implanted here in the third dimensional timeline, and it's been mimicking the true light, but it's not the real light. It's an implanted energy that has been implanted in our soul matrix, which is what we're going to clear today. Because what's my specialty? Spiral light. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I like to go there. I'll decode that and I'll clear that shit. And we're going to clear that. Because that's how upset I got when I went down the rabbit hole. So, here's the thing. The astral mirror mimics a false energy. Okay? Keep that in mind. But there's another part that has a loophole to you. You'll never guess what it is. You know how you have your silver cord? That's your true cord to source, okay? Now, what's the number one thing that everybody's having problems with in this solar plexus area? You got bloatiness and stuff going on. Oh, I'm getting ready to go there. Pay attention, lovelies. You're about to get a little bit upset. What do? So you get a little bit of bloatiness going on in the tummy, and you're wondering why is it that your solar plexus and your sacral area and your root is having issues? What's going on? It's like you can't eat anything. Now, we already know it's looped into the food vibration. We have to say blessed words over it and amp that food up so we can get what we need out of it. If we're going to even partake in food. Depends on where you are in your journey. And you're wondering why you're having weirdness going on with your belly. It just like came out of nowhere, right? As we keep moving into this higher energy. Well, I'm about to tell you why you're having that. And it's not all linked into the food and chemicals and stuff. There's this little thing called the false. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? The false umbilical cord. Okay, I want you to sit with that for a second. What I just said. Now you're probably saying, oh, come on, priestess. What are you talking about? I'm talking about how they plug in. And they made sure to do it to a lot of starseeds and indigos and wayshowers to plug into that area. Because it keeps you from reaching your ultimate high. It's a disturber. It's an implanted disturber energetically. So, one of the things you definitely want to do is not consent to that anymore. And we're going to remove that today. Along with removing it because it's in your soul matrix area. A lot of people don't go to the soul matrix to do a lot of clearing work. Well, in Spiral Light, we go there. All practitioners know how to go in there. We go there. And that's where Spiral Light likes to go anyway. Because this false umbilical cord is the one that's actually used to recycle your butt back through the astral plane and come back down here through the false light. It kind of like tries to override your silver cord that's connected to the divine. Now, what is the theme in all of this? Why is there always something artificial imitating the real thing? Hi, darling. Oh, we're getting into it today. You just showed up in time. Why is that? Why is there this artificial trying to assume an identity of the real thing? What's this whole purpose? Because it's all about feeding. It's all about stealing your time, stealing your energy, and feeding off of it. And here's the thing about it. It's used massively for mind control. It's used massively for fear-mongering. So every time there's some freaking stupid statement said out there, oh, we're going to happen, this is going to happen, you know, everybody goes into, oh, panic mode, you know, depending on what timeline you're anchored into and you're watching. Pivot! I am so done with this crap. It's time to become Assassin's Creeds now. I try to keep a calm, cool, and collect demeanor. But when I keep seeing the amount of fuckery that's going on with all of us, for no reason other than just to feed off of us, niceness kind of goes out the window. Bubblegum has gone. It's ass-kicking time. Because if you don't or you're not aware of it, you're just going along in your day thinking, yay, I'm doing my thing, but I keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, because we got to get rid of this other crap. Because it's in there. And when you know about it, you can do something about it. That's the best part. And when you know about it, it takes you up on that next level. Because now you're not sitting in the dark going, what? You know, you're not doing that. So I'm very passionate when it comes to, oh, let's clear this. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn that off. Let's deactivate that. Let's no longer consent to that energy. Let's no longer give them access to you. Aren't you tired of being accessed? Aren't you tired of someone tapping into your energy and taking it just because they want to? No. No. That's not the game plan now. We have a whole new curriculum. If we're going to be in our divine curriculum, that means we rewrite that shit. And we say no to all the false crap that's been going on around us. We're not buying the fake ass storylines anymore. and you no longer have access to my divine source energy. So today we're going to go in and we're going to really remove any alien implants, or should I say technology that shouldn't be on us. We're going to move suppressor parasites entities. And we're going to go through and take a journey and clear through the vertical channels, the 12 lines of that. We're going to clear it on the left side of the female, then we're going to come straight down the center, we're going to clear there, and then we're going to clear on the right side of the body. So get some water. You need some water. Everyone get some water while I'm talking. Okay, we're going to clear that. And then we're clearing the false umbilical cord and removing any other implants. And we're going to make sure we stay organically connected to the organic crystals, the true Christ light energy that cannot be mimicked. It is through the divine source light of self, through the mother, father of divine light, the absolute love. That's the difference between the artificial. It doesn't come from a place of love. It comes from a place of fear and control and manipulation. That's the difference. So if you're constantly worried and walking around in fear all the time of stuff that's happening, you have to ask yourself, wait a minute, how can I have access to keep taking me up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down? Maybe some people are not schizophrenic. Maybe some people are not really bipolar. Maybe it's just because of ancient technology implants that are running around in your soul matrix, screwing with you. Because you had a sacred purpose to fulfill, and they knew, and they just really don't want you to meet that. If they can throw a distraction at you and get you into an addiction, they won. They got rid of a light. That's what Winter Tale is all about. How can the dark get rid of someone's miracle and their purpose so they don't fulfill it? So, those of you that show up today, and those of you that come on later for this, just know that we're going to remove this, and we're going to just simply use our divine Heka. You are a divine sovereign being. We're going to get out of this freaking enslavement system that constantly is running in the background doing stuff. All the financial stuff, that'll take care of itself. We're going to destroy that. And we really don't give a damn about any type of who wants to run the country, because nobody's doing it for our highest good. Not for the people. Too many falsified bodies running around. Yes, I said that. We don't need them anyway. Kind of like that Janet Jackson song. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, doo, doo, ooh, no way. No. What have you done for me lately? Nothing. But stress out people's nervous system, make them feel like something's wrong with them, going back and forth to broken systems of people who do not honor their oath. Some do, but some don't. The majority don't. And they're committing harm. So, sorry I went on a tangent, but I just been, the crucifixion implant. Ugh. The artificial cross was to enslave humanity so that you would be okay with blood sacrifices. What's the first statement in Catholic? The body of Christ. And they give you the wine that substitute for the blood. False cords. False energy in there. I've always had a problem with the body on a cross as a crucifix. I've always had a problem with that. Because this person was murdered. And we're supposed to be okay with that? Because why? They told us to? That was the mind control to make it okay. So you'd be okay with it. So the more you saw it, you were okay to it. You became numb to it. That's not divinity. Never was. So we're removing that one too. Because that's tied into guilt and shame. Because what happens when you go into certain churches, they pass the basket around. And if you're struggling financially, you're kind of like, oh, well, I got to do my 10% tithing and put the money in there. Do you think that money is going to be used for something good? No. Some places do it with a good heart, but the majority do not. And it's another form of guilting you and making you feel bad. It's another form of stealing energy. Yes, I said that. I'm not expecting a lot of people to feel good about this. But you know what? I show up and I say it like it is and the truth of like it is. How I see it and what it feels like. It's not good. And it's time for us to stop feeling guilt and shame of being alive. And we have to deal with all of the crazy ass shit going on energetically around us. They have no permission to have access to us anymore. And we're going to stop that simply by saying, I don't consent to your energy. So let's get down to it. Tired of this crap. Bring my ass back down here. Got me hopping through all these timelines and gotta keep fighting all this. I'm over this crap. Please drink some water and let's go ahead and proceed as we should. All right. I am going to be using bowls. Hi, darling. Hi. Yeah, we're going. We're jumping into it. Back had to take a phone call. Gladly. Yes, I had to wait and make sure because the energy work that's going to be done with those of you that are here right now, you're going to be able to emanate it. And I'm going to tell you something. When you're sitting well in yourself and you're sitting good in your frequency and in your energy, people can feel that. I dropped the car off at the hospital today, the car hospital. I'm just minding my business. I'm just doing my thing. And the first thing, the lady comes up and she's writing my info down. And she comes back, she gets in the car, she rolls the windows down. She goes, I have to say something to you. And I'm like, yes. Your energy is incredible. I felt it when you drove up. She felt it when I drove up. That's how powerful we are. jump into it, shall we? Here we go. So everyone get comfortable. And I already called in Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel. I'm going to have him in for needing a miracle. I'm calling in also Archangel Raphael. The Divine Mothers. I'm calling all the divine, ancient, higher realm mothers from the 12th dimension and up. Notice how I did that. And I'm calling in the beloved dragons of their light, of each person, all of your divine team, only the ones that are healed from the highest realm, 12 and up, can be here to assist. Yeah, we're locking that down. 12th dimension and up. Okay, everyone take a nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Why do we use sound? Why do we use bells? Because they don't like that sound. Breathe, inhale, exhale out. Close your eyes. And know right now you are sitting in a sphere of light. And this beautiful sphere of light is nothing but pure crystalline, plasmic, divine source light energy, creating sacred space all around you in your space. This is a safe containment. As you take in a nice deep breath, breathe in. Exhale it out. Know that this beautiful light is descending down through your crown chakra, all the way down through the center part of the body. And it's tethering right below your feet, below the earth star, into the water star. And as the energy flows back from the water star all the way back up through the crown of the head, it moves into the beautiful soul star, into the spirit chakra, into the universal chakra. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale it out as it flows into the galactic chakra, into the stargate, the divine connection to source, Mother, Father, divine source. Breathe this in. And all you have to say today is repeat after me. I am divinely connected to my sacred divine heart. I am divinely connected as the divine sovereign being that I am, connected to the divine source. Thank you, thank you, thank you for assisting me in removing false energy implants, old technology, removing the crucifixion implant, removing the suppressor, parasite, entity energies, removing any implants of sexual mind control that is all tied into the false umbilical cord that I did not consent to. I hereby claim my sacred space. I hereby do not consent to these artificial technology implants. I hereby deactivate, neutralize, delete, clear, extract their energy from my soul matrix field. And as I ask for this to be divinely done in the highest good of my sacredness of who I am, I also clear it through the soul contracts, through the genetic cellular memory, through the genetic cellular codes, as I also deactivate it through all DNA contracts that is of the false technology light. I deactivate the false umbilical cord through the soul matrix, through the solar plexus, the sacral, and the base root. I also clear it through my astral body, etheric body, subtle body self, therefore clearing it through my blueprint. Clearing any more of the residual areas of the mental body, emotional body, physical and spiritual body self. I call upon the divine source of absolute love and healing to remove any residual artificial technologies through my DNA, my RNA, my mitochondria, my protons, electrons, through the neutrons and nucleus of every cell of my being. As the energy flows, I now command to clear through the vertical channels, starting on the female side, the left side of the body. I now clear it through 4, 7, 10, and 15. Deactivating and clearing these imprints, these implants. Breathe, inhale, exhale. Taking a nice deep breath and hold the breath. Exhale it out. And now I clear through the Hara, the line of unity, the 11th and the 12th vertical channel. Releasing, deactivating, removing old alien technology implants. Inhale, exhale it out. As I move into the right side of my body, clearing through the vertical channel, I clear the 8th, the 29th and 63 of the right side of the body. And let all of this clearing be done on the second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th dimension. I do not consent to these artificial energies. I command, you are now deactivated. And by my divine Heka, so it is. I clear it on the third dimension, that fourth dimension, fifth and sixth timeline dimension, seventh dimensional timelines, eighth dimensional timeline, the ninth dimensional timeline, the 10th and 11th dimensional timelines. And any entity that has been sent to me or hanging in my astral field through artificial technology, I command you to leave. I am a divine sovereign being. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale it out. And anyone with a low vibration that is not here for healing, you know what this is about. All negative energies that is dealing with a negative alien agenda or technology, we command you. You are deactivated. You are extracted from our space. We do not consent to you. We do not consent to the energy that stills our life force. You no longer have access. You have been formally, divinely denied. And bring both your hands to your sacred heart space and say, I am a divine sovereign being. I am created in the one true creators, the divine source of absolute love. And when I use my sacred Heka and command things to change, it becomes exactly what I say, because I am that divinity. Breathe in. Exhale it out. We consent no more to energies that have been robbing you. From this day forward, you are true to the self and in this sacred space. And releasing those artificial energies from the soul matrix. And we ask the divine teams of each and every person that is watching this at this time to please remove all those hooks and cords that were tied into all the artificial technology, even through the false and biblical cord. And may our divine sacred silver cord strengthen in size, become bright in its light, and stay tethered to the true divine source of absolute love. For it is done. It's done, it's done, it's done. For the highest good. Ashe, Jamon, Aho. When you are ready, take a nice deep breath in, exhale it out, and bring your awareness gently to your eyes and open. I hope all of you are feeling better. You're going to really see the difference of this because this is energy that was put upon you that should have never happened, but it did to all of us. So, like I said, when you know, you really have the power to change it. And that's what this journey is about in this lifetime for those of us who came in this timeline. Fully prepared. Yeah, that sensation that you're feeling when we went through the vertical meridians and cleared those, that was saying you are not consenting to anything that's not divine, that's not supposed to be there. This is your birthright. It's your birthright. That's what we do here in Be So Light. We claim our light. We stop being enslaved to a system that constantly plays games with you. It's robbing you of your life force because it lives off of it. And sometimes you just gotta fucking say, you know what, you're cut off. Cut you off. And this is what it truly means to be in a higher vibration. Because you no longer allow energies that can't show up in their divine self to be messing with you. Because you setting the bar. You want to come talk to me? You got to be up here. I'm not down here. I'm up here. Where are you? That's what time it is right now. And all of us have a lot to do because we all have a sacred purpose. And you can't fulfill it if you got shenanigans going on in the background that's messing with you. So, I love what I do. I'm a galactic spiral light priestess. I had to really walk into that. I struggle with that. But it's what I do. And you know what? Like I said before, when I leave this earth plane, I want to see how many lights are lighting it up. That's my goal. And may you stay in your divine light of yourself and you walk in your divine light of your truth. Because no one can take that away from you unless you hand it over to them. And as far as I'm concerned, those days are over. You play games with us, guess what? We got a whole new game plan. Let's see if you can figure it out. That's where we are right now. And when they're running that lower vibration, EMF, you gotta really shield yourself. You gotta take those salt baths. You gotta cut. Where's my tool of reckoning? Where is it? Let me remind you how serious this is. You gotta cut it. You gotta cut it. We're not doing this anymore. We're not playing games. We're not down here to be playing these games. We got things to do. And each and every one of us has a sacred purpose. And that's what this journey is all about this month. Getting in there and actually doing it. I quit my job recently and look now, I have time to be fully present, not exhausted, and just feeling. That job, let me tell you something about the jobs. And this is going to step on some people's toes that watch me silently in the background and got attitude with me. But they smile in my face and act like they're okay with me. But then they ghost me because I speak too much truth and they can't handle it. They don't like what I say because they themselves have not stepped out of the matrix. They're still bowing down to the false energy. I'll tell you what. That false energy needs to be bowing down to us because we are the divine ones, not them. I'm sorry. Am I reminding you too much of who you are? Because at this point in the game, I'm all out of bubblegum, and so are you. So, that job, it served its purpose for the moment. There's something better that you need to do that really does not steal your energy and make you ill. And God knows, Creator knows, I've worked jobs that stole my energy, made me sick, had my ass in the hospital, taking organs out, because I just had to live the life, fit in. Now I come on and I show up and be present. And I help a young lady who suffers with autism to get her independence. And she's come a long way. All because I've been the miracle worker with her. Indeed, I did. Yes, something higher. Yes. It gives you an opportunity to step in. All of us are going to go through an initiation. If you think you're not going to go to an initiation, you're wrong. Because this initiation is all about how are you showing up? Are you really happy with this? It's time to upgrade. It's time to take the coin, flip it. Time to change it. It's coin flipping time. Let that light emanate. Show you a new way. And enter it from a place of knowingness, turning the dial and saying, okay, I am choosing to be divinely aligned with a higher aspect of myself on a higher timeline that has it all together, that has it just the way I desire it, that has all that wonderful stuff. I'm turning the dial now. I'm commanding it so. Every day that you give your attention to turning your dial up and divinely aligning with your true higher avatar self, the universe has no choice but to allow it to happen. And if you stay in a depressed state, the universe has no choice but to give you that, because that's where you're choosing to stay. If you're oppressing yourself. Come on now. This is not even spirituality 101. This is 1111. Okay? So today, make sure you drink lots of water. If you want to accentuate this healing modality that just happened for you, you can take a nice salt bath. You can take and place nice rose oil or geranium or oils anointing the belly, and knowing that those areas, everything that was removed, are sealed up with beautiful divine diamond white light. And the crystal sphere is activated, sealing up the auric field, the etheric field, the subtle body field, fully activated, sealing that up. No holes, no rips, no nothing anywhere. Your sacred shield cannot be violated by anything of a lower energy, because you program it so it can't come in there. If a woman who does not know me from Adam felt my energy when I drove up in my car, and she walks to me, she gets in the car to take it and has to turn around and says, your energy is like, whoa. That's where you want to be. You want to be a whoa. You want to be, when you walk into a room, people say, what the hell just walked in here? Well, let's try this. Maybe a royal divine being who knows that they're sovereign just stepped in and is upgrading you right now. Bingo. That's what you are. Period. Stop playing it small. We ain't got time for that. Pop, pop, pop. So, there you go. All right, I'm going to pull a card for today, because today is June the 3rd. We got that 6 and that 3, and we got an 8. What are they doing? Made an 8 energy today. So, what have we forgotten? We're going to use this card today. So take your salt baths, anoint the body, be in love with the self, and walk in that royalty of self. And if anything comes in your space that doesn't feel right, command it to leave. It has to. Those are the universal rules. And I like to say, under universal law, you cannot be here. You must leave. I command you to leave. They have to leave. And you know what it's like? They're like, can't play on her, darn. I thought I'd just come through a mirror and fuck with her. No, sorry. Off limit. All mirrors need to be anointed and need to be shielded with golden light. And all you're doing is, if you have a crystal or if you just have your right hand, just command the divine golden light to shield over your mirrors. Shield it. You can shield it with that. You can shield it with silver and gold light. And say, I close this mirror down. You close the mirror down and you spin the energy in opposite direction. That's how you close it and point into it. Close the mirror down. And you will feel the difference, because when you go past your mirror, if your mirror you've been feeling like a cold spot or something weird, and you're like, why did I come in here and it feels cold? Hell, it's 90 degrees and it's cold over here. Close that mirror down. Say, you are denied. You have no access here. Makes a world of difference. Close them all down. And that's what in the movie Mirrors on Tubi is all about, how he had to go close mirrors down. So that's the next homework assignment, mirrors. Okay? All right now. All right, let's take a look at this. Ooh. Number 25, transfiguration. Transfiguration. And then we have the fire. The fire brings in the cleansing, the purification, so that you can have the transfiguration. So it's all about, what are we transforming ourselves into? This is all about clearing. This is all about taking your power back on a divine level. When you change things in spirit, listen up. When you change it in spirit, you hone it into the spirit, it takes place in the physical. Until you change it here, it cannot change here. The thumbnail shows you the mirror. Look at that thumbnail. As above, so below. What is your change that you need to do here in spirit so that you get it here in the physical? All right? All right, lovelies. I want you to have a beautiful, transformative day. And know that your energy is going to be soaring. And pay attention to your digestive tract, since that's been removed. And you can go back and do this again. There's not going to be any harm with it if you want to clear again. Because remember, things are in layers. Okay? But some of you felt it right off the bat. So just think how long that's been there. Okay? I try to figure out what your thing is because it's written in a different, all the letters. But hi, I'm back 3. So, everyone, homework assignment. The movies, Somewhere in Time, if you haven't seen it yet. Winter's Tale, that one's the max. And then Mirrors. Elisa. Okay. And Mirrors. Now, Mirrors, you got to be ready for that one because there's a lot of truth in that movie. Okay? And it's really going to get you thinking if there's been some weird things happening in your home. How old are the mirrors? Or did you go to a thrift shop or a Goodwill and you bought the mirror? What has that mirror seen beforehand? And now you brought it in your space. What did that mirror witness? Because I'm going to tell you something. The first time I had to go to a house after a murder where this 10-year-old son flipped out and killed his mother and his sister. The first thing I had to tell the husband to do, you have to remove the mirrors in the location where it happened because the mirrors saw the whole incident. And it has an imprint of the murder in the mirror. he was like, I'm glad you mentioned that because when I walk in here, I feel the coldness, and the rest of the house is warm, and I feel the coldness here. I said, it's not enough to just remove the carpet and all of that. You gotta take the mirrors out. And he did just that. So that was the last time I did a case like that. I didn't like how I felt afterwards. I was extremely wiped out because I literally saw the whole thing, like I was there and witnessed the whole thing happen because he needed closure. He needed closure. So I've never gone back in and ever did anything like that again. Some places hold the memory in the house. Yes, absolutely. So this is why today, pay attention. Okay? Be aware. Shut it down. It's your sacred space. Your home, your bedroom is sacred space. If you don't want something coming up in there, I don't care if it's ancient Babalu from time back when. If it doesn't have permission to be in your space, it doesn't have permission. Period. That's how powerful we are. Okay. Say it with me. Divinely aligned, divinely awake, divinely free. You are divinely heard, you're divinely seen, and you're divinely loved. Be so like and subscribe. Be true in your light. All right, lovelies, it's been my pleasure today to bring you this. I'm hoping if I go down another rabbit hole, it won't be so where I go, it makes you do that. We're talking about 5,500 years of stuff we have to keep shuffling through. Next time, we all need to put in our contracts when we come down here and say, all unnecessary bullcrap stuff will not be anywhere on my timeline because I'm not here for that. And do not wipe my memory when I come back here because I'm not going to drink the cosmic juice. Okay, yes, you're still going to feel it. That water is going to help keep moving things through, okay? So, all of you, thank you so much for the likes. Put the likes up there so people can see it and know that they can come in and they can upgrade themselves. This is all about getting rid of those artificial implanted energies that are not supposed to be in your space. Once you know, then you can do something about it. All right, lovelies. Go make it count. Make it count and get ready because we're going to start on June 6th. We're going to start our journeys and really staying dedicated to our sacred purpose. All right? All right. Have a great day. Much love to all of you. Bye.